Jim, retirement is not real. I want to talk about in this video about this weird phenomenon that people like to have. Once I have this, once I finally achieve this, I'll finally retire. It's over. I'm going to say that everything that I've done to this point is now actualized to this one moment. I don't need to do anything else. This is everything my life has come to. I see it a lot in like gaming, for example. Once they finally reach that rank, they'll retire. Once they finally get that goal, once they finally get that elo level, they'll retire. And you know, they never really retire. They always come back. They never quit. It's like in League of Legends or RuneScape, you never quit, you just take breaks. And that's the basic idea of it. But I want to talk about in this video on the broader scheme of things about infinite games and basically why retirement's not really a thing. I mean, of course, this is a two-faced definition. Retirement is both not a thing anymore in the US, like with Social Security, where they literally don't have enough money to sustain that. So the people my age who think that they're going to have the same retirement benefits, like basically retirement benefits of Social Security, is that people above a certain age, above like 62 or 65 in the US, they get a monthly check from the government because they have served like 10 years in labor that paying taxes. That's why you pay a Social Security tax. And if you've done that for 10 years, then you get like an amount of money, a percentage based off how much you were previously earning. So you make like 2,000, 3,000 months free from the government and you don't have to work. And that's like your retirement money basically. And yeah, that's cool and all. But the thing is that they're having to pay so many people in the older parts of the US. And this idea of the young people basically paying the taxes to sustain that retirement fund for an aging population where we're having negative birth rate declines, just from a macro level, systematically, they're going to run out of money. They're not going to have enough young people to fund the old people. And if you want to actually have more money to fund the old people, you have to tax even more of the labor force. But taxes are already really fucking high in the US. Like, what is that? Like, you don't even see 25% of your money. I mean, like, in the Europe, it's even fucking worse. But in the US, like, 25% is insane. Because, like, even if you think about in the US, the old times, they went over a whole rebellion over tea taxes over, like, 2-3%. I fucking forgot what exact number, but it was pretty low. But they did a whole rebellion against the Great British Empire because of a 2-3% tax on tea. We literally get, like, 10% tax on restaurants just for eating out. Like, what? So basically, retirement on that front is not a real thing. The only retirement for my generation, I would say, realistically, is Bitcoin. That's the only fucking thing. But I've talked about that in previous videos. Not going to go super deep on that. But in terms of like actual retirement, this idea that retirement's not a thing, that once you finally achieve something, you'll never want to do it again. And that's not really real, right? Because think about when people actually quote unquote retire. A lot of them, they end up watching TV forever. I know my grandparents do this. They just watch TV all day, kind of just decaying, and they don't really do much except maybe we visit them sometimes and we say what's up, and they have their dog. I look at their lives and it's not really a great one. You just sit on your chair all day and just watch TVs and dramas and stuff. And the things of that, I thought that idea is really interesting because a lot of people in labor, after work, they're 9 to 5, they go home and they go watch TV and they go to sleep and then go back to work. And then when they retire, basically, or the old people, they cut out the work part and just watch TV all day. So what about your life have you changed? What have you actually retired from the work? But a lot of people's works, that was their purpose in life. That was their ikigai. That was the reason for their living. And you take that out of them. No wonder a lot of people, once they reach retirement, they kind of just die because they don't really have a reason to live anymore. I'm not saying they kill themselves, but I guess their body kind of just accepts quietly that, oh, well, I don't know why I live anymore, so I'm just going to take myself out. And it's the people who continue to have a passion and love something who continue to live for much longer. They go play an infinite game, a realm of mastery that you can replicate on, iterate on for many, many years. Like, think about, I think it was like the French woman. She did a lot of things like music and sewing and whatnot. But basically, this idea of retirement, it's not a real thing. And I want to talk about how you can hedge against that, how you can not retire, because like a lot of people, they want to get away from work. Yeah, the soul-sucking type of work where you're at the cash register all day flipping burgers and whatnot. Yeah, this work fucking sucks. It's genuine F tier. I used to do this at Bojangles and it wasn't fun at all. Yeah, that type of work sucks ass. But what really fulfills you, like, especially as a man, isn't like playing the video games or watching the TV all day. You just get bored of that. What really fulfills you is a realm of infinite mastery. That's why video games are so nice, because some of them have infinite mastery realms. So if you're gonna play League of Legends or CSGO, you can always get better at something. You can always get better at last hitting minions. You can always get better at learning the AK spray pattern. Like, there's always something to get better at. And people love video games because of that. It's a lot more easily accessible than real life, even though it's not tangibly rewarded unless you become an esports player. That's why video games are so popular with men. It's because it's just such a nice surrogate for purpose, is my own opinion. That's why I always liked it a lot. That's why I still play a little bit of them nowadays, but more for the fun parts. I don't like play them all the time as I used to. Maybe 1 hour, 2 hour a day after all my stuff. That type of lifestyle is more balanced now. But it's more about, with this idea of retirement, is you don't want to work to live, you live to work. That type of deal, right? Because like me making these videos, I love doing them. I don't care about views or subscribers or monetization or anything like that on this. I just want to have a platform that I can talk about shit, because I love talking. I want to meditate on my thoughts, journal them publicly on here, and basically become a better speaker as well, because I can conversate with people more eloquently, dictate my thoughts better than the average person. There's a lot of benefits that come with this, but I also just love doing it. So this is another, for my example, a realm of infinite mastery, a game that you can play forever, that you don't need to retire. You can just do this. I could do this my whole fucking life, for the rest of my life. I can just yap to a camera the rest of my life, bro. I love doing this shit. But yeah, that's pretty much all I'm saying in this video. Just want to talk about why retirement's not really saying. I think the original video idea topic of this was why goals suck, because a lot of people, they try to get to a goal and then they think it's done, but they always come back. No, you just come back to play again. You don't really come back for the goal, you know. That's why they say it's about the journey, right? But I don't know, I've talked about this video many times, like this idea. This is more of an iterated topic on retirement though, because I just thought about it, and me personally, I wouldn't retire ever. I wouldn't like sit down and be not doing anything of my life, just watching TV all day. I cannot think of a worser life than that, but a lot of retirement age people do that, which is kind of sad when I think about it. They could be doing so much more, maybe go learn guitar or learn language or something. Like, even at those years, you still have lots of time, unless you're very, very frail and sick. But in that case, then you can work on your health. That'll be another rabbit hole to go down. But yeah, that's pretty much all I'm saying in this video. I'll see you guys.